bet when you were a child, you were full of energy just exploring the world, seeing all these strange faces for the first time. You were probably having the time of your life, understanding your body and figuring out how to use it to your advantage. You're the type of person, you know what you want in life. You know the cars that you want to drive. You can see the house that you want to live in. You know the type of places that you want to travel to with that water view. And you can see yourself swimming in that money. And you get super excited and motivated because you believe that you can be successful. So to add fuel to that fire, you watch motivational video after motivational video to the point where you're so motivated that you feel like you're about to explode. But when it's time to take action, you don't do anything.
What?
That's strange. How can you get that wonderful lifestyle that you want when you don't feel like doing anything? So you decide maybe I wasn't motivated enough, so you watch more motivational videos. And on top of that, you start reading self-help books like this one, which the link is in the description. Even doing all of that, nothing changed. You still don't take the necessary action to get the lifestyle that you want. Wanna know why? It's because they program you to act lazy. Now we're gonna get to who exactly I'm talking about, but the reason why I say that they programmed you to act lazy is because you wasn't born lazy. It's a learned behavior. I bet when you were a child, you were full of energy just exploring the world, seeing all these strange faces for the first time. You were probably having the time of your life, understanding your body and figuring out how to use it to your advantage. So at what point did you learn to act lazy? And who programmed you to be that way? As I said, it's a learned behavior. And it's learned at a young age because that's when we're the most impressionable. Because you've seen it so often growing up, you accept it as a normal way of living. And that sucks because that toxic behavior is keeping you from becoming successful. Now, as to who programmed you this way, I hate to say it, but it was the people that you love and raised you. They programmed you to act lazy because they themselves were programmed that way as well. And I understand it's hard to accept that because you love these people, but it's true. They program you to act lazy. Maybe you're thinking, no man, these people are hard workers. All they do is hard work. Yeah, that may be true. They may be hard workers, but they still programmed you to act lazy when it comes to achieving great success that you desire. They probably work hard building someone else's dream, but when it's time for them to build their own dream, they act lazy. So respectfully, they programmed you with that toxic attitude. That's why you find yourself not being able to achieve the level of success that you want. Personally, I was programmed to act lazy. And that was due to religion. I grew up with strong traditions as a Christian, and that's because both of my granddads were pastors of their own churches. And that's actually how my parents met. We grew up with the mindset that God is all we need, and an average life is good enough for us because when we get to heaven, that's when we're gonna get our money. That's when we're gonna get our wealth, our success, our prosperity and abundance and all that good stuff. So many Christians grew up with this mindset, and that's why I believe that so many are poor, struggling, and will never achieve a great level of success. We were conditioned not to desire great success, wealth, abundance, because God is all we need, and hell was the place we were trying to avoid. So we didn't put much effort in building a life of great success. We were just trying to be good Christians and avoid hell because that image of burning forever was vivid, dark, and scary. Now as I'm older, I'm not a Christian anymore, but I do believe in God. And I do believe that God wants me to have several commas in my bank account. And I do believe that God wants me to be massively successful. But I can't have that type of lifestyle if I act lazy. Now I got some good news for you. If you were programmed to act lazy towards your goals and dreams like I was, that also means that you can be deprogrammed to get rid of that toxic habit. In order to get rid of that habit, we gotta replace that habit. And we must replace it with discipline. We gotta discipline ourselves to take action. In one of my videos, I talk about how the law of attraction is not understood correctly by many people. A lot of people think that they can just only hope, believe, have faith, and manifest what they want into reality. You can do all of that, but the most important word in that phrase is action. You have to do what must be done to get what you want. In order for me to be the desired speaker that I plan on being, I have to discipline myself to take the necessary actions. I gotta work on my articulation. Even that word itself is hard for me to say. I gotta post content consistently. I gotta talk to people daily and understand them. I gotta read a lot. and I gotta speak at various events. I can't get to where I wanna be on Hope alone. If it were that easy, then now I would be known by millions, but that's not the case yet. So I gotta continue to discipline myself to take the necessary actions. If I'ma hold myself accountable, then I'ma hold you accountable too, because it is your duty to become successful and create the life that you want. And the only way for you to create that life that you want and desire is to be disciplined. I once read a post that said, when motivation ends, discipline begins. One thing that I realized is that we can't rely on motivation. Like, we can't work when we feel like it or when we just have the energy. We have to discipline ourselves to work in general, but more specifically when we don't have that energy, when we don't feel motivated. I believe that habit is what separates the successful people from the unsuccessful people. MJ, Bryant, Kobe, even Tom Brady, all of these great athletes were great not only just because of their athletic ability, but because they also forced themselves to work even when they didn't feel like it, or even when they felt sick. That type of work ethic is what separates them from the average player, and look what they've been able to achieve. Growing up, my mom used to say that sometimes you gotta force yourself to do what you need to do, even when you don't feel like doing it. You see, motivation is like gas in the car. It can only take you so far. That's the reason why I said that it's not reliable. So we need something else to carry us along the way on that path of success, and that's discipline. I believe that I was able to get stronger in the gym, not because I was going when I was motivated, but because it became a habit for me to go even when I didn't feel like going. Discipline will take you way further than motivation, because motivation don't last long. And I believe that I only got stronger when I went to the gym on the days that I didn't feel like going. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. When you've been programmed for so long to act lazy, it's hard as hell to transition towards a life of discipline. But if you're willing to fail and still try to be disciplined to take action and break that cycle of laziness, then you give yourself the best opportunity to be successful. So, you got this, and I believe in you. So stop acting lazy and create the life that you want.